to a video titled The Death of Indominus Rex Explained, How It Really Died. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I personally thought it died when it was dragged into the ocean by the mob. But I mean, hey, I could be wrong. The video was by Goji Center. What else happened then?
The killer of dinosaurs and people alike, the Indominus Rex.
I could have swore I saw him get dragged into the ocean.
Right until this moment, when it went up against the true ruler of Isla Nublar. Oh, we're not talking about Rexy. So, what happened?
Yeah, right
when
there.
The most powerful creature in the franchise got its jaws around the series' most infamous hybrid monstrosity.
I mean, that's how it
Today
died.
on Goji Center, we break down 2 possible ways the Indominus met its fate in that lagoon.
In the water, okay, got you.
To fully appreciate the kill simulations later, we need to recap on a few important details.
I don't think we have to go through this, but we're going through it.
Mosasaurs are a lineage of lizards that first took to the Cretaceous oceans just after the Jurassic period. At the time, the ocean was full of many other terrifying apex predators, from ichthyosaurs to the plesiosaurs to marine
that just
crocodiles.
Made me hungry. Mose?
A chance extinction event cleared the board, and these lizards quickly rose to the top. The earliest mosasaurs were about the size of
by the way, guys, if you haven't yet, scroll down, hit that subscribe button for me.
The food chain, they had to devise a whole new survival strategy.
Wait a minute, they were on land?
Killing machines.
Huh?
The biggest of their kind, Mosasaurus and Tylosaurus, specialized specifically in dispatching other
Could you imagine if
animals.
that thing could actually be on land
with
too?
Robust teeth that could split shell
that could walk
and
around,
crush bone, long jaws for better reach, and even optimizing a secondary row of fangs called pterygoid teeth towards the back of the throat to help hold and tear prey to shreds.
Hey.
Wounds on other
so
giant marine
Indominus
reptiles show these apex predators
Indominus
were more
had a
than
rough
capable
time
of butchering big
in
game,
that water,
even battling or hunting their own kind if the situation called for.
We didn't get to see it. We just saw him take him into the water.
Through the armored shells of ammonites to disrupt their buoyancy, and chomps to the head on other predators to avoid them from fighting back also shows that mosasaurs were smart enough to have a specific strategy to kill different types of animals. And Mosasaurus in specific might have been targeting the most dangerous prey of all. A 2013 study looking at carbon isotopes found that Mosasaurus specifically hunted large animals and even other big predators.
Oh dang, so he had a nice snack. Indominus?
They
Some
may
pretty
not
big
have met
dinosaur.
large dinosaurs all that often out at sea, but if their jaws and teeth could dismember armored sea turtles and slice through the bones of other giant ocean predators, Mosasaurus could and did certainly kill dinosaurs. InGen's Mosa would know exactly what to do when going after some land food. Still, even land predators caught out at sea have formidable weapons. A fully grown Mosasaurus would need to be careful tackling something like a T-Rex at sea. So, was it possible for the ambushed Indominus to use its incredible power and abilities to fight back off-screen after getting dragged underwater? It was part cuttlefish
technically, we didn't see him get destroyed in the water. We just kind of
surely that gave it a chance to fight back underwater.
Maybe he got out. I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay,
Let's take a step back here
never mind.
the big picture.
Possibly.
The Mosasaurus's mass estimates might be all over the place, but it is at least triple, if not quadruple, the Indominus's weight. It's faster.
And Indominus isn't used to being in the water.
Stronger, and
Look
it's
how
in
big
its
that
element.
thing is, bro.
So that said, this isn't an episode of Monster Face-Off.
Yeah,
it's an execution straight out of Worst Ways to Die.
Straight execution.
Indom as the test dummy. This Indominus won't stand a chance.
Nah.
Okay, seems like our simulations have finished loading.
Simulations, oh great. Drowning.
Wait, no, hold up. This method of drowning isn't going to be boring. It kinda sucks. Just hear us out.
I don't think drowning is fun in general.
I don't
see there's a world where it wouldn't
mimic
suck,
the crocodiles you see on those brutal croc hunt videos online. Going off the official Jurassic World website at the time the movie released, the InGen Mosasaurus had a bite force listed at about 13,000 psi.
That's strong.
However, the true damage might be substantially higher. Veteran viewers might remember the Monster Face-Off episode starring this very Mosa, where we discussed some of the mechanics behind a bite like this. If the bite is concentrated on a smaller surface area, then the bite is much, much more lethal. And every ounce of that biting pressure the Mosa just got slammed down onto the Indominus.
I don't see how his head just doesn't.
Slowing down the footage, we can hear the gasp of air being forced out of the hybrid's body after such a chomp.
I feel like right there it would be over. His throat crushed.
And struggle for a
because he bit a few 2 times. Look.
Mosasaurus wasn't done yet.
Nah, dude.
Oh,
I skipped on my bad. Let me go back. Let me go back.
Forced out of the hybrid's body after such a jump. Ouch. And while the Indominus did
my boy's
manage
done.
to crash and struggle for a moment, the Mosasaurus wasn't done yet. Much like how some crocodiles will thrash and whip prey against the ground or water once they get a good hold, the Mosasaurus lurched back with enough force to yank the Indominus' entire body off the ground. This impact alone, on top of the biting pressure, could have been more than enough to break the Indominus' neck.
That's what I'm saying.
Once the Indominus violently hit
the neck
water
is
and
totally
was
just done.
against it, all of its weight
and now you're in water,
where
you couldn't breathe anyways.
That strain on the throat. Vertebrae could be easily dislocated, if not outright crushed. And with a ruptured spinal cord, the Indominus would lose most of its ability to move its body right then and there.
Dang.
Granted, this is the same hybrid that was able to shrug off bullets and a mauling from an angry T-Rex.
I mean,
so
yeah,
what if it was tough enough to not have its neck snapped right then and there? Honestly, it might have wished it did.
Yeah, because now he's just being drowned.
Theropod dinosaur biology might actually wind up working against the hybrid. Mammals and lizards can hold their breath easily underwater because their lungs opened up and close with the movement of certain muscles.
How long can you hold your breath for underwater? Me personally, I got
birds, dinosaurs, and
30
especially
seconds,
theropods
maybe
have
a
what is
minute.
called a pneumatic system. A
I haven't
series
tried
of
it in
air
a minute,
sacs
but
through the body connected to the throat and lungs to constantly pump air. Instead of individual breaths, air is constantly being pushed in and out. This system increases stamina by venting out heat more efficiently, and is the reason why today birds dominate the skies in the age of mammals. Underwater, however, this is a critical disadvantage, and might be one of the reasons very few dinosaurs ever took to living in the water. With the Mosasaurus crunching down
Imagine
on the
going swimming in the ocean, seeing a T-Rex swimming.
The hybrid would be reflexively trying to get as much air as it could. The pneumatic system it relies on to breathe would just suck in more and more water until multiple air sacs and the lungs got flooded. The situation gets even worse if the Mosasaur lets go of the neck to target the belly. Remember, this is a predator smart enough to know vulnerable areas. It would know exactly where one would be here on a dinosaur.
I mean, he has the literal just upper hand in this entire fight. Right when he gets in the water,
Gastralia wouldn't be able to take the pressure.
Pretty much over for Indominus.
Bone would be split and stabbed into the body even deeper than the teeth would go.
Dang!
The crushing force of those jaws and broken ribs would perforate the interior air sacs and organs even more. The Indominus would be taking on water in record time and drowning in its own blood on top of that. Even without the teeth needing to punch in that far, the Indominus is effectively impaled with its own body.
Indominus really took it.
On the inside with
I mean, at the worst level at the end of that movie, I guess.
Unconsciousness could happen in seconds and death shortly after. But there is an
that's
even more grisly way the hybrid might have met its
even more grisly
employed by the current oceanic apex predator.
He brought a squad in.
Dismemberment.
Oh, great. I don't want to see this.
For the Indominus to drown, the far messier way for the Mosa to get its meal would be to put those teeth and jaws to work. Letting go of the Indominus' neck briefly, the Mosasaurus instead clamps down lower.
I mean, I thought that's what he was going to do on land.
Of the body, up to 40 conical teeth stabbed through the Indominus' side. That monstrous biting pressure would be more than enough to crack bone and punch right through any dermal armor, shattering the osteoderms on the way in. After getting a good grip, the Mosasaurus would then thrash side to side.
Yo, that is crazy.
With the teeth gripping the hide and muscle so firmly,
I'm glad these things don't exist anymore, bro.
Wrenched off the bone.
I wouldn't be out there enough anyways, but it can go on land and get me. You know?
Drowning even worse.
I'm good.
It would also rupture arteries and shred veins. There would be a lot of blood in the water very quickly. All the while, the Mosasaurus gets to eat bite by bite.
That is
not
terrifying.
even bothering to shred chunks of flesh out with the serrations on the teeth.
My boy's got a
With
buffet.
The hybrid immobilized and unable to swim away, the sea reptile would be able to pull back
what are
and
you
lurch
doing
in
to me, man?
again and again, taking the choice cuts with every bite after twisting off its mouthfuls. And once the belly was targeted with no more muscle and tissue holding the guts in, well, you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, don't show all that. I'm good.
We can see the same method used today by the modern-day equivalent to Mosasaurs, the orca. Just like the Mosasaurus, these gigantic dolphins hunt a wide range of prey and have the tools to handle all of them. With teeth quite similar in many ways to the Mosa and jaws so strong we don't even know their true bite force, these sea hunters make for an excellent analog to the Mosasaurs. And when hunting large animals like great white sharks, elephant seals, or ganging up on even larger whales, orca employ this same brutal tactic.
Oh, they're savage.
Seeing the orca dismember their prey like this might explain why the Indominus
he dropped his Kool-Aid stayed in the water, guys. Don't worry about it.
Or why the Mosasaur was swimming away with her in its mouth at the end of the movie, but bits and pieces of the hybrid have become scattered all across the lagoon by the time the kids got there in Season 2 of Camp Cretaceous. By one means or another, the intelligent Indominus Rex learned one final lesson during its short reign over Isla Nublar. For as terrifying as it was on land, any apex predator hits their limit when out of their element.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Basically, what he just said, Indominus Rex, he died like you saw he died. But we got like a better look of in the water this time. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching with me. I love y'all. Goodbye.